question.
Yeah, what's up?
Why are we whispering?
Oh, is this not the ASMR video? I thought we talked, we talked about this, right? Just kidding. All right, everybody, welcome back. So this week is all about Ariosto, and he's going to start off. We're putting him in the hot seat. So this is something you can actually experience if you're going in an elevator. And
Yes.
no, but really, we've both been put in this situation multiple times. So Ariosto, 2.5 minutes on the timer. Let's see. Give me a second. Here we go. Ready? Starting now.
Well, what's up, guys? My name is Ariosto Espinosa. Let me tell you something about myself. I am a realtor. I'm a real estate agent. I'm a marketing professionalist. I'm a photographer, videographer, but
A creative.
TikToker.
Yeah. You can't forget about that. So we're pausing here. Time out. So you're not off the hook yet. His TikToks. I looked at one the other night. I literally fell out of my chair laughing. It was not fair. It was like, how can you be so funny? But yeah, no, he's actually pretty humble about it. But
Yes,
pretty good at the social media, social networking, and social marketing, social networking, and just in general, a great creative. You're
Thank
a
you very
very
much.
creative person.
Well, guys, follow me on TikTok, Sweet Mexican. Follow me. To let you know a little bit more about myself, obviously, I help people buying houses. If you need help when it comes to buying, selling, or investing, I'm your guy. Call me. I'm your realtor. That you need me.
Exactly.
Well, what else do you want me to tell them about?
Well, why don't you tell me what you've been doing the last year, where you came, or few years, where you came from, and what you're doing. How you got to where you are right now.
To where I'm at
just
right
really
now.
short. We'll get into it later, but
Short. Obviously, I was a sales manager for 2 companies, right? I was all over Houston, Austin, Dallas, San Antonio. I've traveled. I talk to a lot of people. I love conversating, talking, selling. Marketing.
Yes,
and that's one of the reasons why I transitioned into real estate, because I wanted to find like a job that would let me have time to be creative, to be that person that I am. Not only increase my knowledge when it comes to photography, videography, marketing, but also help other people increase their knowledge when it comes to photography, videography, marketing, social media.
And creating content as well.
Yes.
I've seen some flyers, some marketing material, things on Instagram posts that you've made that are incredible.
Yes, thanks.
So you're a very talented person. And
thank you very
you did
much.
travel. Trying to connect with you before. Oh my gosh. We both traveled, I guess. Before the global pandemic. I was constantly traveling back and forth from Boston and here, and then you were all over the state, and then we'd always seem to catch up in College Station. But so that's who you are now. So you're creative. You're a business professional. You are a true definition of an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Chasing the dream.
Yes.
So now a very serious question.
Okay. Chan.
Right. Okay. Ready for this?
Yeah.
Tell me a joke.
A joke.
I got you, deer in the headlight.
I don't know any jokes, but I can tell you a fun thing that has happened to me in my life.
Oh, is it PC?
It's a PC. Yeah.
Okay.
It's PC.
Let's do it.
I would say it's PC. So I was in school, right?
No, yeah.
High school. So back in the day, it was very popular to have like a rubber band, and then you would get like a little piece of paper, and then you would roll them up as tight as possible. And technically, you was just
where are you going with this?
No. You would slingshot that rubber band, as fast. So in middle school, it didn't happen in high school. In middle school, 8th grade year, I had it was science class. Dude, it always happens in science class. Yeah, it always happens in science class.
We have another story for another. That should be a TikTok.
Yeah. So it always happened in science class. But there was this old man. I don't want to say his name, but it was my science teacher. Cool old guy. But back then, what you call it, kids would always have that. We would always bring the thicker the rubber band, the harder it would swing. You know, it's just, you know, if you had a thick rubber band, you didn't want to mess with that guy. And I would say I had like a medium size, you know, rubber band, you know, but and I would tie that little paper, you know, as hard as I could.
Yeah.
So it was me and this other guy and this other girl too, and you know, I was hitting that girl, but we were going back and forth, back and forth. But me, what you call it, technically, we would only shoot whenever like our teacher was like, you know, writing on the chalkboard,
not paying attention.
Exactly. So he had his, you know, his facing the chalkboard, you know, giving the lesson, and that's when we would like shoot. So this one time, man, like I kid you not, my friend hit me. I remember he hit me like right here really hard. And I was like, oh man, I'm gonna get you. You are so done, dude. You are so done, you know?
Right.
So I literally, dude, I was so angry. I made like the thickest paper ever. Like I literally like flipped it as hard as I could. I, you know, stretched that rubber band as hard as I could. But what you call it, the thing is that I hit it, boom, he ducked, hits my teacher on the back of his head.
Oh no.
And I'm like right here with the rope.
just like deer in the headlights.
Yeah, like this. What you call it? He turns around, looks at me, Mr. Espinosa, go to the office. Sends me to the office, gives me 3-day detention. After school. Oh my God. But yeah, that's a funny experience for me.
That's hilarious. Well, that's funny. I've heard some of your stories, and we'll have to share some here. You have some really funny stories from science class. So, on a serious note,
okay.
So we talked about where you are now, and how you got here. So you're a real estate agent.
Yes.
You've been, you know, working really hard, grinding.
Yes.
Hitting the grind. What can you tell people who are similar to the question you asked me before? You know, it's hard to transition into a new industry. You did it at a very terrible time for the world, right? It was rough for everyone. Mm-hmm. But you're very brave to go out and do that.
Yes.
What words of advice or wisdom could you give to the audience to what do you want the folks at home to hear from you?
Okay, look, as a Latino, or I'm pretty sure like every parent wants, they think they know what's best for you, right? So they want you to do certain things. Like I wanted to be a doctor. That was my dream, and that was like my dream's dad as well, you know. But for certain circumstances, I could, you know, I had to help the family. I had to get out of a program. So technically, I had to give up on that, you know. And then the new job that I got, I was working a lot, but I was not, they say work smarter, not harder, right?
Exactly.
So this is what I came over here, you know, like now I'm where I'm at. Like I had to literally like just sit down and kind of like brainstorm, like, look, I'm obviously not happy doing this. I want to do something for myself. Not what my parents want, not what other people are telling me to do. I want to do what I want to do.
Right.
I'm very good at creating, like we said earlier, making content, making videos, photography, marketing, selling. And literally, I just had to like sit down and believe in myself. Take a chance on myself.
Right.
And that's an advice that I would like to tell like the viewers and the listeners. Take a chance on yourself.
That's incredible. That's inspiring. Yeah.
You do not want to look back in 10 years and then be like, what ifs? You don't want to do a what ifs. If you're passionate about something, something that is going to benefit you and hopefully others. This is what I'm doing because hopefully it benefits me and I can help other people, you know. But go out there and take your shot. You know, whatever it is that you want to do, whether you want to be a painter, an artist, a music artist, a rapper, you want to get into real estate, you want to be a doctor, doesn't matter what you want to do. Take a shot on yourself. You know, that the worst things that could happen is that you fail. Okay. Move on, you know.
Exactly.
Try again,
That's incredible. That's very inspiring.
Yeah. So that's my advice to them.
So you took a bet on yourself.
Yes. That I would say if you know, right now, like obviously we all heard about like the market and all that, you know, but if you want to invest in someone, invest in yourself. That's the best investment that you can do. Trust me.
Very wise words.
Yes.
Very wise words. All right, so now a moment of levity.
Okay.
So I have a very important question.
Okay.
For the viewers at home, I think this will benefit them immensely.
Okay.
So you've been on dating apps.
Yeah, I've been on
we're all.
Well, to be honest, I downloaded Tinder once.
Yeah,
but that's it. I don't trust it.
But you were on Tinder.
Yeah, I was on Tinder.
All right, you ready for the question?
Okay.
Drum roll. Ready? What is your best Tinder pickup line, or the best pickup line you received?
The best pickup line I received,
or that you sent out, or like, what's your go-to Tinder pickup line?
It's because
I'm so curious what you're gonna come up with. I'm a little bit scared.
No, it's because I've had like good pickup lines, but
yeah, I know
they're like dirty pickup lines. You know, like
okay, like PC, because I know Mr. Suavemente over here.
Oh, talking about that, I actually changed like my Instagram name.
I noticed. I missed that.
Yeah,
I can't make this joke. This is the last time I can make that joke.
So, a pickup line, man. I don't know. They're all dirty, dude. They're all.
Oh my god.
You know, because now,
ladies and gentlemen, now you know a little bit more about Ariosto. Can we like have that instant replay? They're all dirty, man. The best pickup line that I ever received and caught me off guard.
Okay.
It freaked me out. It was
okay.
Tell me something you learned recently. It was just that. It wasn't like,
For
hey,
real?
hello, what's up?
Yeah.
Like something dirty or like a link, like follow this when it's obviously a bot. No, it was, hey, tell me something you learned recently. It was crazy.
Look, okay, let me just clarify. I'm not a pervert. I'm not a dirty fuck. But look,
check his TikTok out. You'll know everything.
I'm very nice, very
He's
kind.
a great guy, actually. I've seen you in action. You're a very kind person.
Yeah,
very reliable
kind. Dude,
person.
I'm tearing up. Oh my god.
Okay, but on a serious note, you are. We've talked about this before. You're one of the most loyal people I've ever met. When it doesn't matter if you've known someone 5 minutes or 5 years. You dedicate yourself to give everyone your all, and it's a very admirable trait.
Yeah.
And it's been very inspiring. And so I want to hear more about what you, given that, you know, what's your perspective on that? Because obviously you're not a yes man, like, oh, yes, you know, you ask me to do anything. But you're very dedicated to the people that you work with, your colleagues, your friends, your clients. That's very important. Your family. You're very family-oriented, family-friendly person. So tell me more about that philosophy. What's going on in there that in your mind? Like, what's your perspective? Because outwards, I just see someone who's motivated and driven, but at the same time is not afraid to roll up their sleeves for others.
Okay. Well, I've always believed that what goes around comes around. If you spread love and positivity, that's what you shall receive, you know? Or at least that's my way of thinking. You know, it doesn't matter if someone doesn't return the favor. At least I get some happiness out of that, you know? I've always been taught to do, you know, what's right, to help others, because I've been in that situation, you know, I've been in rough moments, you know, where no one helped us. I wish someone could have helped us. And not just me, you know. That was when I was younger, you know. Now that, you know, I'm getting older, a lot of people help me, you know. You know, and me, like personally, I don't know. I just get I get a lot of joy from helping others. Seeing them, because sometimes, like, even with my friends, man, like, they all come to me with their problems. Like, hey, I feel like the psychiatrist of the group, you know, when it comes to, like, a financial stuff, when it comes to, like, relationship-wise, when it comes to whatever they have in mind, like I want to be the person that can be there for them 24/7. And I've been, sometimes
Oh,
I
yeah,
get calls. I get
definitely.
I get calls from my friends at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and then I'm like, oh, like I wake up all sleepy. What's up, dude? What happened? Like what's wrong? Is it an emergency? And they just call me to tell me like, oh, my girl, this. I was like, bro, but
oh, come on.
Yeah.
Hey, at least you're not having to bail them out or something.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you're right. Well, actually, I do have a story about one of my friends, but that's his private stuff.
See, it's friends. You can still talk to us about your private matters. We're not going to talk about it on.
Yeah, we're not going to talk.
We're not like that.
Yeah,
so,
but
yeah, that's incredible.
Yes,
so I've definitely been one of those people who's picked up and called you like, man, it's been a rough day.
Yeah.
Recently. So,
Mm-hmm.
with you.
Okay.
Taking that into context, right? That you're that type of person.
Yeah.
What's something for you, like if you had some kind of magic or we could alter timelines and you could time travel.
Okay.
10 years from now.
Okay.
Like, let's say you're having a conversation with yourself. What does that look like? What does that sound like? Where are you? What are you thinking?
Okay.
What's your mindset? What do you have? What have you built?
Okay.
Where are you 10 years from now, and what are you telling yourself, or what are the questions you would ask yourself?
Okay, so this is future me, right? I'm talking to future me.
Yes.
I would tell him, from now on, I would ask him, like, hey, are you still the same person?
Right.
What should I look out for?
Right.
Because obviously future me is going to be more experienced, more knowledgeable. I see me being positive and always trying to help people as a good thing.
Right.
But maybe future me is going to tell me like, hey, you don't have to help everyone, or you can help everyone in a better way to put it, because sometimes, I had that with myself too, where like, look, I know that you want to help people, but you cannot help everyone.
So where do you think 10 years from now, how are you helping people? What's there?
What I want to do in 10 years, obviously, I would love to have my own company. That's a dream for me.
Yeah.
I want to be a millionaire. I'm 25 right now, guys. I'm 25. So I always told myself, and I told my friends, like, that by 35, I was going to be a millionaire. And I want to have my own company, whether it's real estate, having my own homes, put them, as leases, or buy homes, renovate them, sell them, resell them, actually,
Yeah.
But have my company. And then I would love to have another company when it comes for my videography, marketing, social media, creating, because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of young kids out there who want to create, who want to take a chance at themselves, whether it's being a rapper, whether it's being a creator, but they cannot afford a camera, they cannot afford a studio, they cannot. So I want to take a chance on the young people,
like an incubator for creatives to
exactly
get them to bet on themselves.
Yes,
right? Tying back to what we just talked about.
Yes.
Where they have that platform, where they have a little bit of a safety net. They have access to the things that they need. That's incredible.
Mm-hmm. So that's who I want to be, and my dream as a immigrant is to be able to have maybe an organization. What do you call it? A nonprofit organization.
Yeah.
Where I raise money and I can help a lot of immigrants or kids who struggle with paying for college, paying for medicine bills, medical bills, kind of like raise money to help people of that, for create a foundation. I don't know, but I want to give back to the people. That's why I am the way I am. Right. I love to give, without having anything back.
Exactly.
Obviously, if we get, this goes off, blows up, we do have to give back to the community because they're supporting us.
SeatGeek, please, we need some cars.
We need some new cars, right? SeatGeek, I want my Tesla red, please.
Yeah, I'll take a blue one.
But yes, I mean, that's I want to help the little guy. That is my goal here. Obviously, there's a lot of people who need help out there, and I just want them to reach out you know, whether it's an organization that I create, whether it's a company that I create, and see how I can help them be a better them, you know?
Exactly. So. And so this is, for you listening at home, this is exactly what this podcast is for.
Yes.
Right now, it's kind of like your future self talking to you and vice versa. But in the future, next episode, we're going to have our first guest.
Yes.
And it'll be the same kind of conversation. Please tell us, what should we do? Give us words of advice.
Yeah.
And for us to ask them questions to help not only motivate us, but to motivate you at home.
Yeah.
So, we've talked about where you're going.
Okay.
We talked about where you are.
Okay.
Now, let's get deep.
Down to the nitty-gritty.
Nitty-gritty, and let's talk about where you've been. So,
where I've been. Okay.
I know the story pretty well now.
Okay.
So, I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
Just teeing this up. So, tell me, let's just, like a few questions, just fire around. Ready? Okay. So, like, where were you born?
Mexico.
What year?
1995.
What city?
Tampico, Tamaulipas.
Okay, now I can log into your email. Thank you.
I can hack all your accounts.
No, but really, tell me.
If you found some money, let me know. We'll split it.
Hey, there's a website for that. For those of you listening at home, there's actually a website for you to go and find if you're missing money. Like if you closed a bank account, but there's still money in it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
You should check that out. Google it. But yeah, so know where you were born in Mexico. So tell me what that was like. Tell me what your childhood was like.
My childhood, man. Okay. So being born in Mexico, I had a good experience. You know, obviously it's my homeland. You know, Mexico is my homeland, but I had a lot of fun. I was a kid who was always like creative, who was always looking to learn new stuff. I was actually pretty smart, dude. I was actually pretty smart.
You still are.
Yeah. When it came to like mathematics, when it came to like science, I was always like really, really smart. But I was always like this playful. Even when I was, when I was younger, I would look out for the little guy. Right. When someone was trying like to bully one of my friends, I would stick up, I would be like, hey man, leave him alone. You mess with him, you mess with me, Right. So, but yeah, I say as a young kid, I was very, very vivid. I love enjoying the moment, right. Enjoying the little thing. So
we're big family, small family, siblings.
Okay. So I have a twin. I have an older brother, and we were just a small family. We were super close. That's something that I love about us, that we are very close, that I'm able to talk to my mother about anything, literally. Right. My dad too. But he's very, sometimes he's very difficult, Yeah. My Latino friends will understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, we were very close. We would always do stuff together on the weekends. It was good, man. My childhood, I would say, was pretty fun.
It sounds like it. I mean, living in Mexico is, for my perspective, it was great.
Yeah, it's fun.
We've talked about it before. My transition coming from Mexico to the U.S. It was difficult, but I want to hear about yours because it's completely opposite, right? You actually grew up in Mexico, were born there, and then came to the States. So tell me what those first few years were like. How old were you when you moved here?
I was in 4th grade. How old is that? Like 11?
No, 11? Young, like 8 or 9, 10,
8 or 9, 10.
Something.
Okay.
I don't know. Something,
well,
11 maybe.
In Mexico, you had to fight. To get your food, like you had like a concession stand. You had all these kids, come in and get their food. Right. So you had to like push some kids around, like, no. And it was like three ladies working the concession stand. So technically you had to fight, against other kids and be like, hey, give me like a burrito, una tostada, una quesadilla.
Oh, you're making me hungry, man.
Yeah. In the United States, you didn't do that. You know what I mean? Like, the first time I went to grab lunch, they gave me a tray, dude. I was like, yo, they give you a weapon? Yeah, they give you a weapon? I was like, get up. Everyone got mad at me. They were like, dude, what are you doing? I was like, it's lunchtime.
You gave Johnny a black eye. Oh, my God.
So they got mad at me. They're like, no, we don't do that here. It's single file. So obviously, and dude, it was so interesting that literally we would have to like walk single file into the cafeteria, and then they would put hand sanitizer like on you. That's the first
pre-pandemic.
Pre-pandemic, so they were ready for it. So the first time I got to smell the hand sanitizer, I was like, what is this? Oh, you just rub it. Luckily I had like, I don't know how to speak any English, but luckily I had some friends, you know, in there that speak Spanish, so they helped me say, oh, it's, you just rub it on your hands.
Right.
And they were like, oh, smell it, dude, the odor, like it burned my nostrils. I was like, that big, you know,
it's like burning.
Yeah. So I was like, man, like they're on another different level, you know. And they had snack time. In my life I had a snack time in Mexico, man. I was like, yo, AC. Y'all had, I was like, dude, they have an
this
AC.
Is the life.
This is the life, you know. But the only thing that I struggled with, it was communicating, man. It was very tough learning English. It was very difficult, you know. To be honest, in my classroom in 4th grade, like literally they would just try to make me do the assignments, but since I couldn't, I was like, I do not understand this. I do not understand it. So they were like, okay, go play games, and I would just play games in the computer, bro. But yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah, that's something about me.
So how was the school experience for you? Was it like you're saying that it was, you know, it was a little bit difficult. You didn't speak the language, but yeah. You know, being an immigrant, I know what part of town you're in, but you're in fairly nice part of town in a large city, right? You moved to Houston.
Yes. Later,
in a suburb of Houston, so it's a really big, one of the largest cities in the nation in America. Yeah. You know, top 5 or 4.
Yeah. So I didn't like, to be honest, there's something I didn't like about that. Because first I had right at Missouri, you know. And Missouri was just nothing. They had no bilingual programs. That's why I'm very lucky that I had 2 kids in there that was bilingual, you know, that speak Spanish, and they were able to help me out. But when I moved to Katy, it was really rough for me because to see that they would segregate like the Latino kids, you know, they would separate them it was like in a trailer classroom, to be honest. I was like, why cannot we be like in the inside like all the other kids?
But it still had AC, right?
Huh? Yeah. I still had AC. It was good, and I was able to talk to, you know, other people. So I really like.
But there, you could actually you knew what was going on. You're actually learning. You have some
my professor, you know, speaks Spanish, obviously. Right.
So it was like an ESL program, but they kept you separated from everyone else. And I could see that could cause a lot of tension. That's to me very difficult.
It was, man. It did cause like a little bit of a tension because the kids inside of the school, because we were all like 5th graders, but the 5th graders inside the school, they would just like look down upon us. We were the last ones to get into the cafeteria, so we were like, oh wow, we're literally like the last ones of our grade to go get. I don't know why, you know, I don't know, that I felt a little like disappointed on the school system on that, and I don't know if they still do it, but I was like, we should all be in the same building, you know.
Exactly. But, and then you moved to a small town.
Yes, I did.
How was that? Like,
it was
overall,
way better.
The lifestyle, school life. How was that?
It was way better, man. To be honest, because obviously you knew everyone. In a big school, you get on the bus. That's it. That's the last time you see them. You know. But in a small town, everyone literally was just like 5 minutes to 10 minutes away. We could hang out. And there was people who would speak Spanish there. And at this time, my English was a little better. My accent was horrible. I still couldn't speak that well, but I could understand almost everything. But I think the small town school was better for me because I was able to have more like that person-to-person time with the teacher, and it helped me like learn and understand the English better. Okay,
so let's fast forward a little bit, right? So you did high school in this small town. Now let's talk about college. So college, I understand from just our conversations, you made some life-changing decisions that altered the course of your career path, your studies, and maybe it wasn't necessarily what your family had in mind.
Yeah. Okay, so college, man, I really love college. I got to college kind of like opens that door to introduce you to new cultures because there's people from different diversities in one classroom. You know, there's the Asian guy, Chinese guy, the Indian guy. Oh, Chinese, Asian guys, the same thing. But you know what I mean. I'm sorry.
People from everywhere.
everywhere, and you get to know a little bit about. Technically, you have the world map in a classroom.
Right.
You know what I mean? That is incredible. But obviously, I had my fun time. I got to meet a lot of people. But
you went to a fun school, I heard.
Yes, I did go to a fun school. But overall, like, I wanted to be like a pre-med student. You know, that was my goal. That was my dream. And because of some like difficulties, you know, some moments, you know, I had to keep up on that dream.
Right.
You know, I had to go into like the family business, help them out as much as I could. But now I'm doing things for myself, you know. So basically, I'm taking a chance on myself. You know, finally, I would love to go back to like med school, but I'm not gonna make money until like 10 years.
Right.
And then I'm just gonna have like more debt. You know, so I don't want that. Right now, I'm making like pretty decent money. I'm gonna invest on myself. Hopefully, you know.
See a return on your investment in 10 years. Yeah. So we've learned a lot about you. We've learned where you come from. We learned about you growing up.
Yeah.
We've learned your future goals, which are incredible. And you know, we're going to be here by your side through that. Yeah. That's what this podcast is for.
Yes.
To have everyone to experience that with you, and they can share in the ups. We can share in the downs. But we're all going to be here together.
Okay.
So what is the last piece of advice you have, your departing wisdom? Because after this podcast is in full force forward. What do you want to leave the audience with?
Okay. Like I said before, guys, take a chance on yourself. Invest on yourself. Do things for your own happiness, not the happiness of others. First, find happiness on your own, and then help others find happiness. Don't listen to what I'm saying. Yeah. First, find happiness on your own and help others find happiness with themselves. Okay? Because I'm not telling you for you to bring happiness to them, because they shouldn't find happiness on you.
Right.
They should find happiness on themselves. You know?
And that'll make a major impact in the people around you. And you don't realize how big of an impact some small action has that can affect so many people. So that's incredible words of advice.
Yeah.
So I am so excited to embark on this journey with you together. We have a
I'm excited,
lot
man.
coming up.
Yeah.
For those of you at home, you know, thank you for listening. We really appreciate your support, your motivation. Send us some kind words.
Yes.
You know, keep us going. Give us a like. Give us a heart. Thumbs up. Wherever platform you're listening. Definitely subscribe. And, you know, we're bootstrapping ourselves here, working together to just build a platform for good. That's what we want. Something that's good. Something that impacts people positively. And I know, just because I've known you and I've heard your story and I've just had experience with you, that I have an incredible person sitting next to me right now. Those of you listening, you can't see it, but he's a great guy. And I think we're both beyond excited for what we have next.
Yeah.
So I think the next episode should be a little bit of economics / working out. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, guys. We'll see you next time.
Adios.